Whoa. Okay. Just getting some things some settings going here. Oh, this is looking okay. I can see. Just trying to get the screen to come into my other window. I think we're good. Analytics. Then I can see how many people view activity. Right. This is another live stream here. A bit impromptu versus Alex from Human Synthetics. If anyone joins in the next sort of minute or two, please let me know that all the sound levels and everything is working okay. And I've got a bit of an idea today, but I don't know if I just sort of chat away. I guess I've got to use the 2-hour window. So, what I'm going to do is I have this this Boss mixer here. Whoa. I run renoise out of the mono outputs and see if I can. It's got like a real dusty kind of lo-fi quality, and I'm just gonna sort of see what happens trying to mix into that mixer. And so the way I've set this up is with an audio interface. So my out device is just this UMC 1820. And then I'm going to go like here, and then the output. So 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is the first two. What would I do if I wanted it in here to be a mono track? So I've never actually done this in... Oh, evening. Hi, Future World Machines. Welcome to the stream. You're the first one. Let me know that all the levels are okay. I'm just doing a bit of... I'm trying to set up this workflow through this analog mixer, which was quite easy in Logic. But I wonder how I do a stereo track in... is it in this setting? A stereo track in renoise, a mono track even. Like I only want it to go out 3. I could like pan it to the left. I don't know if anyone knows this. I could pan it to the left and then mono it. Interesting. How do I make it go mono? So I only want it to go out 3. I guess if I just send it out here, maybe that'll work. So like track 1, we'll just have to experiment with this. And we'll call this track 2. How's the levels, everyone? Evening. Welcome everyone, join the stream. We're doing just Echoes of Light, and I'm just gonna try and see if that works. Evening, Dario. Yeah, this is Amigo. This is an Amigo only stream, which doesn't really help me in renoise actually. Even though I think Amigo is amazing in sort of Ableton and Logic, and I do use it a bit in renoise, but you sort of can't use some of the tracker effects and stuff. So it's a bit of a. I want my cool color scheme. Can I go? Let's go blue. Okay, nice. And where do we begin? Where do we begin? So we have this soundscape that I'm playing now, but I feel it's kind of cool pitched down. And maybe I could layer over it. You almost don't want any of the kind of sparkly things to come in. Okay, so are we having any levels? If I have the Boss... Whoa, that might have come out really loud. It is working. Sorry if I came through loud there on the levels. So I think I can turn off... Okay, and then we'll put it on gate mode. Cool. So we're going to go up here somewhere maybe. Oh yeah, sorry. That was like the whole all the analog mixers sort of summed up into this one channel really loudly. I almost need like a limiter on my channel to stop that happening. Yeah, it was like in here. That's cool. So maybe we just have this sort of airy thing coming through. So right now everything is running through this Boss mixer. So it's going to hopefully sound a bit more like dusty when we get a few things going. You can hear it, the headroom's really almost low, everything starts to sort of crackle up. Okay, this is sounding kind of cool. I think it needs a filter. So it does a bit of this. You can't, oh yes. Why can't you hear anything? No, can you hear my mic, but not my... It should be coming through my Tascam. Oh, I see, you're joking about not being able to hear anything. Okay. I thought it was the levels. Let's get an LFO. And low amplitude. Yeah, I feel for that because I've had such bad hearing problems with tinnitus and things like that. Actually, I can't use headphones at all because my hearing has been so bad recently, so I have to have it like really low levels on my monitors. But sometimes you can't help like little bits of sound design sort of jumping out at you. Is this going to be available later? Yeah, you can just dip in and out of this. It's on the stream is just going to be on my channel. You just have to go to like the live part of it. So you have like the shorts and the main bit and then live. So this may be slower, maybe 96. And we'll go 170. Okay. So track one's going to be pads. It's all in mono as well. Cool. So let's get one more pad. I think Amigo is in mono anyway, so it actually works quite well maybe for this. One thing I really like in this sample pack, these could be cool, and then I maybe have like a droney, like a layered drone. I really wanted that to be blue. Oh, I didn't hit save. Maybe enough. Save. Yeah, okay. And then I've now got to tune this one to this, which is going to be... So that's kind of close. And then I've just got loads of low energy at the moment. So, whoa, that's clawed. We don't want that. Cool. And then I have to get the levels maybe a bit better with this one. And that's got some hiss right at the top. So there are slightly different keys at the moment, I think. Let's get this balanced. Maybe I'd... It's just sort of too much, just like wall of noise, isn't it, at the moment? Even though it sounded kind of nice on its own. If you're, I actually can't do this, but oh yeah, one cool trick I do sometimes when I'm feeling really lazy to try and understand the keys is I can root No, I can't. I was going to say I can route my input back in. Scrap that. I can't actually do it with this. Okay. I'm going to have to do it all by ear. That's a bit closer. Maybe I was just a little bit off. I kind of like it. It still loops around a little bit weirdly. Closer there. I still, maybe I'll try a different pad for this first one. There's some really good ones actually just in the pad section here. I'll definitely use some of these chords. I like this one a lot as well. This is one of my favourite pads I think I've ever made. So if I can just match the key of these two. So when you get it close like this. One thing is them being mono to make it a little bit crazy. But what I usually do with my getting the keys is find the closest one and then you can pitch either +5 or 7 semitones from this point. As you can hear it's a little bit not right still. So maybe if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 5. Maybe that is as close as I can be. Hello everyone, I'm a bit slow to get going today, but I had a bit of a panic trying to get my camera to work, so I think once I get going with the drums. Yeah, James the Dealer. The James the Dealer pad, it actually just started off as the James pad, and then as I added it, kind of resampled it through my equipment and layered it in different ways, I kept sort of adding parts to the name. Okay, so this is sounding maybe a bit better now. And then if I could have those chords coming in over the top, that would be cool. Like these. Maybe at the start of every bar, just one. And this would almost want to be chords, like on the second track. So here, so let's try and tune it out here. You can see how crackly it becomes already, that mixer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. That's working quite well. I can't put too much sort of low end into it, otherwise it's going to go really crackly, but it does sound cool. Yeah, I think it wants to be... Whoa. That's in key there. So with everything. This one needs to be tuned better. Why am I struggling here so much? It's because I'm on stream, the pressure. I actually like these two. So maybe we go with this. Yeah, Indigo. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I want to be able to see my stream. Oh, here we go. I can see everyone that's... We've got 14 people. There we 13 people. Okay. So I've managed to get some chords going. I want like a shimmery thing. Which I could always take this note now I found it and maybe pitch it up an octave here. And... that was cool. I also, what I have to do is send all of my these kind of send effects. They all need to go out 9 and 10. Actually out of 10. So then I can send them to the last thing. Or maybe I put them out 9 and 10 so the send effects are all in stereo. And then I just pan 9 and 10 left and right. Okay. So we're going to have to spin in and out a little bit. So now when I send them through, I should be able to get these effects going. This is a good time to try a new workflow live on stream. Yeah, okay, this. Oh yeah, I've got to have all the channels going. Yeah. Is that going? That should be working. But I can't hear the effect coming out. Why is that? Keep source, send to shimmer. When was if I send to like a delay? Okay, if I can't get the effects going, it's not the end of the world because maybe I can just put shimmer insert effects on, and I can just figure out next time how to actually get this thing. There we go. That's a nice effect. And whoa. Yeah, I think this would be cool once everything happens. Like more layers. Because there's some such lovely like chords. I almost want... I could use one of these ones, maybe backwards, it's slightly different. So I used 4 last time. I could use 5 and reverse it in here. At least I know the key will be somewhat of the same. It wants to be this, doesn't it? Here. So maybe here. So we got this one. This is another chord track. Yeah, the panning was like, I was trying to pan the last two. Oh, I could put the chords out of this. What about this? And then there's stereo. They sound better in stereo. And then we have everything. This one to almost like stop, maybe even stop here. No, this will be like this, and a bit of release just so when it dies. I want it to breathe. You just want it to have, to just sort of sit there like happening the whole time, especially if I make it longer, because those ones are looping, so I can just keep it. When you add like drums and melody over this and like a bass line, the only one I don't like is actually when it goes up. I think it's too, almost too like loud. Sometimes in Amigo this velocity thing isn't turned on. Yeah, I'm going to turn that on. Okay. We need more interesting stuff. Now maybe I'm just going to keep matching these chords to the key of my... That's lovely. So if I can get this in, this can be in stereo as well. I guess if I just hear these ones like this. It's close to that. It's like that almost. It doesn't want to be so like, long. Okay, and then with everything. So we have the low energy, which is actually all in the middle. This one can come in again here. I'll turn this one down a bit more. Sounds really nice. I just need to get, maybe match this. I bet I can get this in. I just panicked last time. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's close enough. Now everything is just layered up. Cool. Let's. I think my plan for this was just to use Alex's breaks. This is a bit loud. Maybe I can mix some of these chords. There. There's a weird chord somewhere here. That's fine. Something weird. Maybe here. Oh, this is what was weird. I love building these atmospheres because lots of Artemis tunes kind of start this way, with just this massive like atmospheric bed, and then you just sort of build your whole track on top of it. What usually happens is you add a load of elements, and then when you take them away, it sounds awesome because you've sort of matched everything to this starting ingredient. Hello everyone. I think the chords are maybe just a bit too loud actually. That maybe, and right, Only gets a bit weird here. Where maybe it just wants this one last bit. So maybe it doesn't want this quite yet. I'll come back to that. I think it's slightly out of key. I really want to get some drums in just so I can hear drums. What would be really cool is to sort of filter both the pads and the chords. More filtering, more motion, analog filter, 128. What about having one of these an octave lower, like here? That's really cool. Color it differently. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's get a break. Mutant breaks. Here we go. This would be cool. It's a really good way to sort of figure out the best break for your track. I almost need to turn this up. Oh yeah, I can turn it up here. One second. Okay, this one's sounding kind of good. But I want like a big kick drum. So you know, this one's a bit too techy for the style. That would be cool. So this one sounds like it'd be really awesome, but I still think this one in the beginning. And let's go see if we can just do this an easy way and like slice it, auto slice at equal divisions. Maybe 32 will do it. Not quite. Ah, that's because there's a little bit left at the end of this sample. If I go like that, and then I go auto slice, will it do it? Okay, that's closer. And then if I go here, oh, I might have got it a little bit more. A little bit after. Just trying to get it lined up. I think that'll do it. Okay. Now I can just chop it. I don't want to reverse it. I want it to be gated. I don't want it on ping pong. And I'll tell you what I've got to do is make sure this goes out of number 5 and 6, number 5 drums. Where is it? cool. Let's get some drums going. Maybe we just double this up again. That's all the intro. And then drums. And then I don't know if I want that restarting there. Maybe I can actually get rid of that background pad. Is this the first hit or is this a later one? Okay, this is the later one. Okay, nice. And then we just take this pattern. Hi George, chat. Oh, everything's good. Okay. Yeah, I love those sort of PS1. It's having a real revival. Maybe like that. And then where are we on the thing? We're nearly 32, and then maybe I'll do something here. Oh. Ooh. That's actually not sounding too bad. I don't even need to really look at that right now, but I could try and pull down this a bit. That sounded kind of cool. Let's go. I'm going to make some... What's happened to my... So it wants to go like boom, da dun at the end. Maybe a double kick. So there's a different. Maybe with velocities. I've got to make the velocity thing on. Not this. Like this maybe. Just a shuffly. Like there. Nice, like this. I've got pretty good with renoise these days. I think I can almost do like a speed run. This one wants to be in that one. This is sometimes a little bit... Okay. What I actually usually like to do is just colour things so I can see. He doesn't want this shuffly bit here actually. It almost wants like a... Maybe like that. With like that. Okay, let's try that. So what's happening with this thing as well? Yeah, what's happening with my levels? Everything was coming through really strong. I guess this pad's the most. It's going to be a really simple tune, this one. What's really cool about this mixer, and why I'm trying to follow this workflow more, is because you're sort of pushing into like a headroom, so you can really clearly hear when there's just not enough room left in the mix. Like I know I need to pull something down to make everything work with the drums. basically this one. That one's sounding cool, just so we can hear them. Maybe this one's filtered as well. I think it's gone a little bit too harsh on the panning. Okay. Make it will sound real old. At the end of this whole thing, you've got to do a proper drum fill, which is a really good place to actually put in a different break. Which probably this one, because it's got that sort of fat. Can I slice it? Auto slice. Equal. Yes, I think that's come through. Oh, not quite. When that happens, you just go to the end and pull it back a bit, and maybe auto slice again. Okay, that'll be good enough. And I bet I can go in here, drum 2, and maybe just delete this whole thing. So we've got you got to really follow. Maybe that. Usually try and follow the rhythm of whatever was happening. Oh, that's actually sounding pretty wild, but it wants to have maybe more of this. The problem I am having is I haven't got any snares really, like on the... if I go to 32, I can get them. I'm going to have to just change the pattern a bit. Auto slice. Now I can go. So we want to go here. Yeah, like dum go. And here. That's actually kind of a nice bit. So we're getting a little bit of clicking I can hear. Not on this, but on something. These ones here. Whoa. It's maybe at the end of the... I don't know, it looks like it shouldn't be clicking at all. I could put a tiny bit of attack on. Okay, let's see with everything. And on. Whoa. Also, I've got to match the, oh my gosh, the loudness. What you can do is get an off message here. Boom. Like there, maybe. want it to roll this one bit. Yeah, it's pretty much there now. I know, sine bass coming next. There isn't actually a sine bass in this pack, but I looked before and I remembered there was this wob bass, not this one. That would actually be, now I'm on it, I think that would sound really cool as an effect. And if I go like this, effects, and this one's got to go out 5 and 6. It's not quite right, that fill, but I will come back to it. I'm thinking this noise. Right, that is perfect. Sample. Ooh, filtered. And with some delay on it, like a dotted 8th note delay. Yeah, like this. Ooh. Longer maybe even. Have this kick. Maybe that's the problem. Like, or like go and swap in between. It was actually almost the kick that was causing all the problems. Better. This one thing could be louder. Well, I want to go. So let's put a pitch bend on it. I can hear it in my head what it wants to do. It wants to. You have this mod wheel bend here, and so you can set the rate. So if I go to sort of 12 semitones and then put mod wheel values in. And then put a mod wheel at 0 and then come up. I can interpolate maybe. I want to interpolate between these two as well. There, and then hopefully it should go. Or not. Why wouldn't that go? Okay, let's try and just do this live. Oh yeah, it's pitch bend. I was doing mod wheel. Yeah, all that can go. The idea is good. The idea is good. You're just gonna have to bear with me while I figure this out. Yeah, I thought this is the pitch wheel. The pitch wheel on, and then the pitch wheel down a bit to like 2, 2. There we go. Okay, now we can do this. Is that doing? It is doing it a little bit. I think because I don't hold the note for very long. It's not quite doing what I want. I could loop it, and then it definitely would work better. Let's turn the level down. I really want that to let's put these in again then. There we go. That's actually kind of what I was looking for. Top. And it needs to have like snap to 0 crossings and actually not click. And if I go less release maybe. Okay, in the mix. Nearly. We went for it there. We went for it. I find it hard to do sound design on stream sometimes because there's always that phase where you're like, oh, it's not going to work and it's going to sound terrible, and you sort of doubt yourself. So I have it normal. What I'm feeling is like I can put something else in here and get a cooler thing. This one needs an off message. It's sounding pretty good, but oh, that's, I don't know why this like delays stopped. Do you know what I mean? It stopped playing. Wow, weird. There you go. Okay, now we're in. Yeah, this one still wants to jump out a bit loud, isn't it? Almost in here I can hear it going. Not like this. Just continuing that groove. Like da da da. Like that. Okay, cool. Nice. Bass. Someone said a bass. And they were right. I went looking at this. It's like dun. It wants to go dunka dunka dunka. Every time I get there, here we go. This. Whoa, let's expand it. I wants to be like this. Dun, 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 dun. Like if we copy that groove. Better. That's what I've been looking for. Cool. Bass. Red. I think my thing sometimes does this, where it like starts spamming the F note. Bass, and that was 5 and 6, 7 and 8. This is my last two channels. Okay, let's get this bass in. We've been messing around here, just trying to get that ambience right. It's more of a sine wave in this part, isn't it? So we can just loop up this one note. And if I have to pull the start point all the way over as well. Okay, damn. It's gonna have to be more like this. Why am I not hearing nothing? I'm not hearing it because something. So number 7 wasn't playing. But number 8 is. Weird. But we're gonna go in number 8 then. One thing I can't do is actually check what key this thing is in. So we're a bit stuck with trying to just wing this bass line in with no understanding of the key. It's going to be... One thing I can do is sort of check that. It's sort of that note, isn't it? The E there. And with the drums. That. So low. Ooh. This is going to be really tricky. Because I want to be able to tune it so it's actually like an actual note. But because I've gone for this super old school workflow, I've pigeonholed myself a little bit. I'm going to have to just... Okay, that's a bit crazy, isn't it? There. At least that note, found one note that sounds good. So we're almost in like... So it must be doom doom like that. And then it gets too repetitive. I wonder if I'm in like E minor here. Let's just try and see if I can actually tune this, otherwise I'm going to really struggle. Okay. When you have a like a harmony like this, you can only really play the notes that are in this chord. One thing I can do is actually cheat a little bit Well, I wouldn't say cheat, but I do this sometimes when I'm struggling a little bit, like now. So I can figure out what this is, so I can record my mixer in, and then I can use this mixed in key live, and I can actually hear. So I think I'm in C minor. Okay, which is handy. What I really need to do is to see what this this bass is in, because the problem I'm having is I actually have no idea. So we're gonna have to do a bit of analysis here, just so I can actually get a bass line. This is what C is, but I bet you C is not C. Okay, nice. Now I don't actually have to have it this loud. -6. We can go and look in span. Open recent effects, span. Nice. Okay, so it's actually was not miles away, was it? Let's make it even quieter. Oh, it's got like a G sharp harmonic. It's actually 40 cents higher off C there. It's not even got like a nice clear fundamental, but I guess that would be it. So it's 20 cents down, 35 cents down off C. So what if I go down 12, 23? Hit the like, people. Yeah, we've hit a bit of a roadblock here. Trying to get this bass to go into the right key. Let's just try that and see if I actually got closer. Okay, here. I think the one thing is that bass had some weird harmonics. Open the recent span. Okay. Oh, I'm like now more in like a B range, aren't I? It's hard to even know where to look because this second harmonic is like not even. Give me the key. B2 -12. +1. Right, we're just gonna go with that. At least it was like. I'm only stressed because I'm on stream. Usually I would be able to figure this out quite quickly, but I think I'm just panicking a little bit, so I just need to chill out and listen to everything. Bit chromatic. So we're going to go just something real simple. That feels close to the actual, that one, what's it? And then it wants to go like dong dong. So from D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least least it has that weight that it needed from the low end. So that affects it. It's got some glide on it, hasn't it? It doesn't sound like it does, but I'm hearing it. And when it comes through this. Or maybe that wants to be having off. It could be on poly as well, would be helpful. Yeah, chord off, chord memory, glide off. Does it want glide? Or maybe this one goes up an octave. Not like that. Okay, so I have this one bass, and maybe I can fill it in. I actually just think I might even have this bit. Bass 2. So it goes like this. No loop. No filter. It's got, this one's got some release on it. Bum bum, like 1 1 1 1 1. It's a bit tight, isn't it? Okay. Almost wants to be like. A bit longer. I like it how I'm controlling it more with this bass, and this one can go like. And then this. Bass can be tricky sometimes. Bass can definitely be tricky. What's this one doing? So we just need level. Now it would be really cool to have a pitch drop bass in Amigo, so I can try that trick again with the pitch. Drop like 3. Okay. Ooh. don't know if it's the right key with the bass. Let's just do with just the drums so I can actually hear what's going on with all this stuff. I like that. That was cool. Put something different. So this could almost come like this, and we could make a section here and have like the drums cut out of this last bit. So all of this goes the intro. So we have intro, nice pads and everything. Everything cuts out, and the pads. This one also wants to cut out, so it's almost like this. And then this one wants to go. The bass it wants to go maybe like just a high. Like that's not bad. I like this. I reckon I can get another break. This one almost wants another effect to come in here with all of this stuff going in. If I go, there's effects either in this or in oh, there's some really good. Something like that would be awesome. Ooh, maybe they're having it come back. What's really cool is if you embed a sound, you can then change the sample rate. Live. And the way to do that would be to go instrument automation, and I can actually put that to that, and then I can right click it, and I can come and just make it go down. Maybe even something really much higher. Cool. That sounds real crunchy, doesn't it? Yeah, and then we would go. loud. It's sounding sufficiently old school, which I really like, but I need to figure out how to really bring it all together. So this would have enough, it would cut. And then we would go, we need a new break here. We need a drum 3. Drum 3 here, and let's go have a look in Alex's breaks, Mutant breaks. Yeah, okay. Sometimes you just land on something sounding really cool. Equal, auto equal 32. Auto slice. Yeah, maybe that's fine. It's scrappy, like it's not perfectly on the things, but that doesn't actually matter, I don't think, too much. Whoa. It's a bit loud. Ooh. Let's just get these drums, otherwise we're gonna... Yeah. Transpose the pads down 2 notes. Yeah, I could transpose the pads down. It would be cool actually in like the breakdown to just transpose everything to a new key. Like that. That's actually not bad. And then at the end, maybe we'll just give it like a roll. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna want more, but I like it that it's gonna transition. It wants this, doesn't it? Like this thing just to come in here. Maybe like that. Like that there, like this. Have a strip back section there. We can work on that. I do like that idea of changing the pads here. So if I just take all of these layers and colour them flip maybe pads. So the way I would do this to try and stay in key is go like a 5th up or down. So I could basically select these 2 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then go this one the same. 7 up from there, 7 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then also we could do this one potentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now it's like 5th up, so it's close to the key we were in. This one could be down an octave. This one could be down an octave. Maybe just like that without that. and then it would almost, the think brake was, so if I want the think brake to work, I have to time the brake at there. Get a bit sort of repetitive. Definitely needs, or maybe I'll bring this up in here then. Allow that break, isn't it? These, everything needs to go up 7, so as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And even this effect maybe could go up. I think this is right. It's almost like the note's right, but the break is wrong. Which makes me think I should just go with this break. And maybe chop it between these two instead. Like this. That's a bit better because those two breaks work a bit better. So problem with this is it's got a massive kick drum, isn't it? Which I don't actually necessarily want. Maybe I preserve the kick drum from my original break, which is a little bit, and then chop between the two breaks, because that's what's alarming, making this everything sound a bit weird. It wants to be like this, doesn't it? Like there. Yeah, that's nice. But now I've got to put this in for the whole thing. Don't I see a kick? There's one there. Oh, God, I can't do that. Do it here. Like that. One there. It's just got a. This is why I copied the wrong C. Kick, kick, kick. Ooh. Because that bait, I could have actually just filtered the kick and made it a little less crazy from here. Do you know what I mean? That kick's just taking up so much space. That's a bit better. I just want it to be way cleaner, like it's so... it's got this like... I want that to just chop. I can see, if I just go like this... what's happening there? Gate, trigger, slice, trigger... Why would that play through to the end of the whole slice? Even if I was chopping it with gate, it would do that. Because I just wanted to have the single snare. What is that? I could do like this. Will that do it? No. Oh, it's the release. Oh my god. So simple. That's way better. And it just wants to be this bang bang straight rhythm. Without that. Well, it's been quite a scrappy session actually. I usually do a bit better. I really like the sound quality. But I've just been struggling a little bit to get the elements in. Maybe like a reverse here. I think it's this one wants to stop. Basically like that, and let's do a reverse effects. I wonder if it's in this one. Echoes of light, crash, like a wave or something. Like a noise crash. And I can put this on effects. And we can have this sort of it's way too loud. Yeah, like this, yeah. actually wants to come. Okay, so then I need. One thing is it's a bit scrappy, this, and I know that because it's got like the hits are not. The bass. Oh, like, wow, that's so crazy to get this bass to actually fit with the track. So like maybe we'll go and do this. And make maybe like a wobble bass. You can do a really cool wobble bass in here. I'm struggling to get like this bit bass in pitch, and so maybe I just have to think more creatively and like either pitch it around with like a pitch movement, or try and wobble it and pitch it. One over. And then where is its tonal center? Like. So terrible. And off. There was one really good one in there. I hope it recorded it. I just got to start this at the flat pitch. That's not so bad. And I could put this on like a new bass track and then like that. Stop. Maybe add some distortion. What would be good on this? It just wants like decimal or something like that. Or decapitator maybe would have been cool. Like there, like that. To there. And then actually what I'm going to do is have a Wobble bass. I've added loads of notes that I didn't mean to. Oh. Take them back, take them back. Oh, see that? This is weird shit. It gets like a bit hung up on some of my notes. Jesus, there's always so many problems. There to that. And this, do you know what I mean? What's going on? There is a way to do it, but I wonder if it will, it won't matter actually. Just have to reinitialize. Okay. Problems. I was just trying to write Wobble bass, and then yeah, they were liking the signal. Yeah, I was liking it. Maybe I felt it was a little bit out of key, like subtly detuned to the wrong amount, but maybe that all sort of adds to it. This one would be cool in here. So one of them has a slower rate of like 1/6. And then I have to change all of these to 0D. A quick way to do that is just to go to the bottom and then interpolate down. Whoa. And then shift and arrows and go, you got to hold up. Whoa, that's not even working. I could go Command P. This is kind of cool now. Let's send this to some delays. This is a good trick. Minutes. Just need a few more things to come together. So I want to send this to the delay, the mix, custom one shot. And then when I trigger this LFO with the reset command, it's going to send, which would be cool to do maybe here. You see, it just sends once, and that's going to make this. You just get that cool. It's a really good way to add sort of shuffles. Is just a. This one could be cool going like, maybe I trigger it twice. Just so it's a little bit different to the other one. Whoa, so it gets like released weirdly though, isn't it? I reckon I go, wow, like this, make this C, and then make this C and paste it continuously. So they're doing the same pitch bend with different wobble rates. needs some more effects, definitely. This is a cool thing. Doesn't want these chords. We're going in and around it. Cut that with the flip section and the drop. This effect was not quite right, was it? So maybe I can try and fill in. I want it to be like lighter this bit. So let's come into so we have this bass thing. Maybe we could make this. This might not work at all, but it's worth a go. Group it. This is going to number. What about 9 and 10? 9 and 10 weren't really working for me. That was working. Not that. This one. Why is that going up there? Oh yeah, because they're panned. Okay, let's pan these back. Oh no, that we've already got something going out then panned. So I have only got 7 and 8. So I can put it out the bass one. Oh, maybe I go out 7. Maybe I go out lead 7. Now 7 weirdly wasn't working. I'm not sure why. This one. This one or this one. I must have not plugged it in correctly. So we're going to have to go. We're just going to have to overlap with another channel. Okay, let's make this a lead. And it's a bit of a buzzy thing at the moment. But what I'm going to do is put like a realm and a delay. And maybe a filter. And see if I can make something nice to play some stuff in with. Because I haven't really been able to get anything. A half note delay maybe? Super loud. And it wants some release. Okay. Sounding not that in tune. Okay, we might be able to do one like glide lead. Another thing you can do there actually is put glide on. See how I'm out of tune. I know I'm gonna have to play at least the same note as this bass, or very similar, which is a D sharp. Which is that? Maybe we can make it into effect or something. It's like a little dub effect. That was really cool. Why isn't it? Not that. Never wants to go down to this low pitch. I think it just wants to sort of sweep all the way through. It's because it's so out of tune. God, I've had real problems with that. Every time I try and mess with this bass sample, I get into more trouble. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Oh, this is a really cool effect. That might work better. It's so weird sometimes working with this mixer. Now I get no sound. Why do I get no sound? Sample. Is it the delay? Okay. There, now we're in. Nice. This is going to be a good effect. It's actually basically on the right note as well. Oh my good lord. Yeah. So there. Not liking the fucking bass. I wonder. I don't know. Maybe it wants to be that like. Boom. It's sounding quite good, even though I've struggled so much in this session. I think the most I've ever struggled on stream. It's just what happens sometimes when you have a really scrappy session. I wonder if I could go down 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I could make another effect. Let me just move that start point again. That's actually really cool. You just could only just hear it. Quick attack. Doesn't want that patch bit. Maybe not. Whoa. It starts like really low energy. Let's have a little playthrough. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think probably it's funny the way production goes like that. Sometimes you really don't feel creative, but you have a really good session, And then other times you're not really in the mood, but it just comes out sort of perfect. I like the chord change. I want this to have a bit more of a. I could bring this effect in here. So I wonder if this would be better with this bass line, because at least for me this bass line is not out of key because it's doing such a big pitch drop. I wonder if I could have that just super low filter. This has got so many maybe we'll just go digital filter. Still wants to add some weird thing. Yeah, I just want to put a filter on it. Filter freak. Maybe that will not get messed up as much by whatever's going on in this modulation tab. Oh, it is. Okay. What's happening here is all of this stuff I put in seems to be triggering it weirdly. Can I put it in a doofer and then have it not? Just for the sake of getting this effect to actually work. Whoa, what happened to the delay sound? Did I just put them in this one? So we can bring the delay send back, would be cool. Here. It's in this one. Wow. And then this can come back. Copy. Yeah. You can start it at like a different point in that envelope. What's happening there? Like that? Or like, and then this one just goes a different mod. Can I just delete that? Ooh. At least I got a bassline finally. Maybe this one coming here. That's cool space it has now. Ah, that would be kind of cool. How would I make that happen? And maybe this is more of an effect. Yeah, I've got something a bit better going now. When I stopped panicking so much and I actually just started working on the track. Like this. Boom, boom. Da da da, like this. There's just straight. Logos. Maybe like that. Or is it later? Like this. This kick is from one of Alex's breaks. It could well be from if you've probably got better ears than me if you can hear Elise's kick in there. But I imagine he did use some drum machine samples when he was making those breaks. Doesn't want that. Well, it has some shape, the tune now. I really like these water effects I've done. I have I wonder if I could have these things. Bum, 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 bum. Like, but there must be one more up. Like this, maybe. Up, maybe reverse it. Put in here. C4. Oh, they're cool. It'd be cool to have it ping-ponging. I still think maybe down an octave. It doesn't want to ping-pong. It just wants to. Because it's delaying, so it just wants to maybe play once. This isn't quite right, the pitch of this effect. Let's find this. That's closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Three minutes. Well, thank you everyone who's stopped by and watched. This was a bit of an experimental session with this new workflow. For anyone who missed the beginning, I was running on my YouTube. I was running this whole mix through my Boss mixer, which is back there, which has basically 8 mono channels, and so I'm sort of routing them through an audio interface into the Boss. And so it's a little bit sort of restricted, and it's Amigo only. And we've been using the Mutant breaks and Echoes of Light sample packs I collaborated on with Alex. So we've really put a tight box around this one, creative box, which actually is usually a good thing. And I kind of like how the Boss has made everything sound just super old school and sort of dirty. And I think I made it through. Thank you, Future World Machines. Oh, something weird has happened there. I wonder if that wants to... Ah, that probably wants to... I think there's no off message for this one, which it probably wants. Whoa. Yeah, well, I made it through in the end, and actually I kind of like lots of things that are happening. This is the kind of session where you come back the next day and then you just put it all together really nicely, and it suddenly all makes sense. One thing that really makes this sound work, even if you don't have a mixer like mine or anything like that, is just having loads of these tracks in mono. I've realised from working on this old Akai S1000 that it doesn't even really... You can do stereo, but it's such a ball ache. Most of the time you're doing all your tracks in mono, and it just has that sort of 90s sound to it. Doesn't want that, does it? What's the track called? Frustrations, I think, for now, and then I'll maybe add a second word to it when I come back to it tomorrow. Yeah, I like it once it moves away from that bass line. I need to spend a little bit of time just getting that sort of one note bass to work. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. Let me check what Alex is up to. I'll send him a message. Yeah, it's actually sounding okay. This at the end I think wants to be Frustrated James. Yeah, James the dealer got nicked and now he's stuck in prison. James the dealer... I'm frustrated because James the dealer got nicked and he never showed up. Something like that. Cool. I think he's coming here any second. Let's see what he says. He might be setting up a stream. How did Alex do, for anyone who saw his stream? I imagine pretty well, because he's so good at doing things quickly. it is a bit of like the re-noise. One of the things about re-noise is you can come up with ideas really fast, but arranging it can be quite tricky and scrappy, like you can see here. I think this one thing I'm having with these chords is they definitely want to stop like here. So stuff like that's really tricky. In Ableton you can just sort of see how everything is blending, like with the MIDI notes. Am I using any effect sends on your S1000? I have on my my mixer. I have a Topaz. I can almost move the camera, but I think it's a bit hidden. I have a Topaz. It's actually a macro, so I can show you. I can show you what's going on over there. I have this Topaz macro mixer, and then it has two send returns, and I actually got these like Oceans 11 12 pedal reverb. This pedal, I was like, because you can obviously spend quite a lot of money doing this, but this one's a really good mono reverb, and then I just got a delay from the same company for about 100 quid as well. So just delay, one simple reverb and delay manually. So it's a bit of a nightmare if you want to get it sort of synced. But actually, I think it all just adds to it. Like, the mixer's a bit dusty, the delay's a little bit out of time. Yeah, there's effect sends on the back of the Akai, but I've just used the ones on the mixer instead. It's a long-winded way of answering your question. Just because it's a bit easier to sort of dial in the levels. Okay, Alex has sent me a Zoom. Let's join the Zoom. Here we go.
Main platform is
hello, matey. We're on. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna get a drink quickly. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's all right. No worries. I'll keep the whole music running. I'll just pull this off. So. Yeah, I've never really prioritized Twitch, but I'm keen to reach people wherever they are, really. And
okay, we're online.
How you doing?
Good, thank you, mate. How was that for you?
That was do you know, it was a hard one. That was hard.
I've got some weird audio. Hold on, let me just. Maybe I turn off noise removal. Original sound. Try again.
Test 1, test 2, test 3.
It's coming through like a phasing. This could be me. Oh, what happens if I take this off? Okay, try again.
Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 3.
It's just your. Is my voice sounding okay?
Yeah.
Your voice sounds a little bit like it's coming through from the other side of the world, from the astral plane somewhere.
Right. Okay. Let's see if I can fix this. It should be okay.
Weird.
I could put original sound for musicians, but I don't think you want that, do you?
I did that so you can hear, but that. Oh yeah, that's your microphone mode. Maybe try that.
TS one.
No, it's still the same.
So you can see I'm just plugged into my directly into my interface.
Yeah, it could be something with my setup, but you're only coming through my M2. Oh, I've lost you completely now.
This one.
Okay, you're back again. It's still. I mean, I can hear what you're saying. It's just for the people.
I sound like I'm a million miles away. What? It's the people on your.
I guess they can join your stream and then they can hear.
Yeah. If maybe if you want to do that, we can wrap up here.
I think there's just maybe two. It's like, it's phased with two layers of the same voice.
Yeah, I do.
It's probably me. Anyway, how did you get on?
Yes, I mean, you never know how it's going to go, do you? Do you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes I sometimes things fall into place quite quickly, and then other times it seems to be um, a bit of a struggle. And I ended up with like I've got like 4 minutes of music here, so I suppose it was okay. But for a long time it felt just like grinding, particularly on the bass line, which I was like struggling with. But then maybe it sounds alright. Maybe I'd listen back to this and think it's okay. But love the sounds, love working with our sounds, love the breaks and stuff. And I've written loads of tunes already with using them. But yeah, it's no accounting for the producer sometimes, if you know what I mean.
I had very similar problems, so don't feel
Good.
that because problem is I went for this. You can see behind me. You see this Boss mixer?
Yeah.
I was trying to run all my tracks out of that, and then I got to the bass line and I realised I couldn't tune the bass line using span properly.
Okay.
So I didn't know where the root.
I spent ages tuning the bass line too, man.
It was hard that from like a bass second wob of a bass sound design bit to turn that into a proper bass tone.
Yeah.
Because you can't really shape it in Amigo either, because you just have release, so you can't get it to sort of nicely. Which is
like
maybe
follow the shape of the sound, as it were.
Anyway, for all the frustrations you just listed was basically exactly how my session went as well.
That's great to hear. There's nothing better than when someone else has had it as difficult as you.
It makes you feel better. But we should be. The problem is we're using our own sample pack, so we should be nailing it. That's the thing.
I'm just gonna turn my light up 1 sec.
Maybe I can fix this audio. It might be like if I put you through my. Try now. Oh, no, that's gone. Maybe that was like here. No. Okay, we'll go back. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's actually fine for everyone else on stream. So maybe me. It's just something in my audio space.
Check 1 2.
No, we'll leave it. It's fine.
No, it's fine. Yeah, no, you're quite right. But I suppose there is also something about like I don't know, when you spend a lot of time on sounds, I'm kind of just glad to pass them on to other producers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm so happy with those, the Echoes of Light and the Mutant Breaks pack. I don't think that us having bad sessions is reflected of the pack. Hopefully,
reflection on the sounds.
But it is just sometimes, like I was saying on my stream at the end of it, I actually got quite a good sort of like sound, just overall sonics of the track, which is almost like you have one of those really frustrating sessions, and then you come back next time and it all kind of makes sense, and you just move a few things around with fresh ears, and then you're in again.
Yep. Very, very true. And yeah, like some Mr. Groove said in the chat here, like it's just like a proof of concept, isn't it? And that's pretty much how I write all my music, is to just come up with a very simple idea or a basic idea, and then it changes, or the next time you work on it, you immediately hear what needs to be fixed or realize how you can sort it out.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I actually find the restrictions quite helpful, using Amigo only, and even this workflow I was trying with the mixer was really handy, because you can. One thing I have in the door is I can't always hear where the like headroom is. You know, if you're not mixing into like a compressor or something, you almost have this like unlimited space, but you don't in reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, the restrictions are usually really good because they sort of help cut down the decision making.
Yeah. Did you use? I did use a couple of reverbs.
Yeah.
Did you use nothing? Yeah,
No.
okay.
I use reverbs, but they just as insert effects.
Okay, cool. I had some sends. Just my. Well, I'll show you when we play.
Yeah, you can. Why don't you lead the?
I will lead the way, and so you might not be able to hear my. You'd be able to hear this.
I wonder if the track will come through weirdly on my thing. I can't tell you where it is. Yeah, we'll try this next bit. It might be weird for me again, but
maybe this will work.
This might be fine. The actual music.
Okay. Should I give it a test then?
No sound.
No sound. Yeah, that's probably
no
me
sound.
then. Right, will this work for folks here on the internet? I hope so. Nothing?
No, it's working.
It's working. Okay,
I was trying
and
to tell
sounds
if it was
right.
phasing or not, so I was really listening.
Okay, sorry. All right, I'll let it roll. What are you saying?
I think it's good. That was awesome. You played it down. That was a really great. Like the drums were so cool. Some of the little interplay between all the elements, and you had a really good space between like the reverby drums and then the drier ones as well.
Thank you very much.
That was
Yeah.
masterfully done.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, people
that's
in the
very...
chat saying the chopping is insane.
Really? Well, that's. Thank you so much, folks. It felt like an absolute grind at points. I feel I often try to just get the chops all done in as quickly as possible. I'm sure you do similar, George, as well. I just want to get some 8-bar loops with lots of intricacies to start things off, and I probably usually dig into them more as I'm working on the tune. You know, every 8 bars or so, you might go and switch variations up and stuff like that. But
it's definitely the easiest time to do it, isn't it? At the beginning when you're making it. If you sort of do like a 8-bar loop and then leave it, you end up like it becomes way less cohesive almost when you come back to it and start trying to put in the variations then.
Yeah. It's a lot harder because then you've got to like kind of copy and paste it a million times as well, you know, and kind of proliferate it out over the rest of the tune. But I mean, at one point I stopped to like tune the bass line and then re-recorded it or replayed it so that it was in F, and which is what I write pretty much everything in.
It had a lot of upper sort of harmonics, weird ones as well, didn't it? In the like, it wasn't an even order. I had so many problems with that bass. I'm telling you, it nearly shut the whole stream down, but we made it through. That was awesome. You did very well.
Thank you, mate. Thanks so much. Thank you, chat. As well.
It's all about adapting, isn't it? When you have a problem like that, I think. Also, when you're not on stream, you can be quiet. You'll be like, I'll just do this for 10 minutes and I'll get it right. But on stream, there's so much pressure almost.
Yeah, unfounded pressure. Unfounded pressure as well. It's like you've got to take a moment to just be like, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's okay. If this ends up being nothing, then that's fine as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all in your head, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I love the way you handle space in your tracks. I think it's actually maybe an unsung thing we don't talk about enough, but you get really good dimension between all the elements, like the dynamics of it, but it's sort of all, everything's kind of, has its place in the mix, which is a real art.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think like stuff like that becomes instinctive after a while, doesn't it? You know, because you're hearing almost the parts build up, and you're knowing what would probably fill the gap or fill the gaps without overbearing on the other parts and stuff. And I think, that's something that just comes with like writing loads of tunes and writing loads of bad tunes where you're just like you fill things up too much. And I have that problem all the time anyway, where I'm just like, I've overdone it. There's too many ideas in the track and stuff. So, but thanks, really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like too many ideas or too many things in the same frequency range. Sometimes you have to sort of cut, even though they all sound nice individually, you have to be quite cutthroat about how you.
Yeah, you have to be ruthless. For
sure.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, that was. I don't know what I'll call that, but. Echoes of light, maybe.
Of hope.
Echoes of hope, yeah. What should we hear yours then?
I've just as we were doing this, I realised that I've now got to figure out some clever routing to get my mixer to play through Zoom.
Okay, that's all right.
But we'll try it. Well, we can hopefully. If I share. Oh, I've got to do share sound, share settings.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh whoa! They've changed everything that's happening with where's the stereo?
I'll stop my sharing. Oh.
Use the map picker. Wow. You know, usually when you share, it's got like a share sound. Or do I just?
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. It's in the pop-up screen.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, share sound.
Sorry, folks. I'm gonna have to turn that off and keep George loud.
What I think I'm gonna have to do is come into loopback.
Okay.
and I think I'm going to have to create a new virtual device, and I'm going to have to pipe the output of my mixer, which would be
Quick tutorial here, folks.
Tascam output, and then this needs to come to the Zoom audio device.
George is an absolute whiz with all things computer.
So now your voice is definitely going to come through.
Yes.
The whole chain is the one thing that is going to happen. But should we see? Just as long as the sound works.
I'll just stay quiet.
Oh. Okay. Is that working?
It is. It's not massively loud.
That's okay. We can fix that very easily.
Okay.
Give me good levels. Okay, let me turn that off.
Test one.
Yeah,
That's
we're back
better.
in. Levels.
Whoop. That was sorry, I was just writing a comment in the chat. I thought that was really good.
The sonics and the pads were nice, and I sort of just was trying to get everything to work around that core idea.
I really like that drop. That was really quite minimal. The bass, the kind of the stripped down drop or something. The section before the last one.
Yeah, that's what I just figured that out at the end, and I was like, oh, it has a good.
That was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, I love how you work with breaks and stuff, and with all the atmospheres and textures and stuff like that. And I thought that was much better again than you let on, to be honest.
It was scrappy.
You've been listening to it for 2 hours. You know what I mean? And it's probably like, everything was sounding and working lovely in that for me. And like the really great choices of breaks and stuff. Which ones did you use?
I I did what I always sort of do with breaks. Is the best thing is you just solo up all the pad layers, and then you just sort of test the breaks as you're going. I just use your ones.
Right.
I use this one as my fill break,
Yeah.
and then I had this one as my main break, and then
that's good. Yeah.
I use the think one as well. But I had to get rid of I had to low cut the kick just because my track didn't have that much sort of energy in the super lows.
Yeah. That was yeah. I because all of my breaks were yours as well because I'd listened to mine to death. Do you know what I mean? And I've enjoyed working more with your breaks. Yeah, I thought they sounded great, and I thought that hot pants was working really well, and it had that. Yeah, it was just. I really like what you did with the bass and like the drop, and I would love to hear that develops. I
was so struggling to get this tonal center of that bass that I was like, look, if I just do a pitch drop bass through all the notes, then it's going to be fine. Yeah. And then it sort of actually sounded quite good in the end.
I really like the you had like a little kind of like call and response thing that was working really well. I mean, the atmospheres and all the sparkly stuff that's like really grooving in G, you do so well, and yeah. Like I think that's a given every time I hear your stuff, and I did I was doing like pitch automation and stuff, which I always think is very grooving in G. I wouldn't necessarily do that myself too often, but
for like the effects, you do like a pitch
yeah, and it was really working well and stuff, and that's something I've picked up from you.
It's the easiest trick. Like if you don't know how to make effects, you just put a loop in a sample and you just pitch drop it, and then you can, if it doesn't work or whatever, you just chuck another sample in and keep trying until you sort of find something.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I think both like really strong, solid ideas, and yeah, bravo.
Yeah, weirdly,
Really
it definitely wasn't our worst session, but we probably struggled the most almost in the production phase.
I think you're always. I think sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, don't you? Or sometimes it rains. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains.
Yeah. One thing I do love though is working with mono tracks. I just realised.
Yeah.
I find it quite confusing having everything like so much in the stereo field. Whereas if stuff's mono, it's like way easier to sort of put it in a place.
Yeah. Because I could hear that in some of the layers that were going on, and yeah, it's a nice sound sometimes to keep things straight like that.
It's actually it's the same as the Akai. So the Akai, I've been using loads recently, making music on it, and it just has one stereo output and then loads of mono outputs. So you can only choose like your pads to be stereo, and then everything else is mono.
Yeah.
But when you follow that, it sort of has that sound, doesn't it? Of the
it does, and I quite like it when like pads are mono as well. Sometimes it sounds quite well compared to everything produced now is very wide and big picture mixes and stuff, and it's quite nice when things are lo-fi in that way or old school.
Yeah, all the old school hip hop is the same. It's all like, and the old school garage. It just has that old school flavour to it.
That like simplicity, I think, from things being very direct and in the middle, and like not moving around too much and stuff like that. But that was fun. That was really fun.
Yeah, well done, mate, and thank you for everyone for dropping by on the streams.
Thank you, everyone.
We've got coming up next. What have we got? We've got a feedback stream. Is the next thing probably.
Yeah, and like we're thinking of like doing some sort of compilation as well, aren't we? Some release at some point.
This is a Patreon. We're thinking what we're going to do is get all the patrons together and make a compilation of all the best music everyone's making, and we haven't quite decided what the release format is going to be. Mm-hmm. Maybe CD, or maybe it'd be awesome to put it into a record. Even if we just make like 100 records, that'd be a really cool idea. We might work up to doing that eventually.
That'd be sick.
So we got some plans to sort of get that into motion, and maybe do a feedback stream in a month or two.
Yeah. We should do a release party or something maybe.
We should do a release
in
party.
real life in London or something like that. We could do something
Where we can distribute all the records.
yeah. They have to be in the UK or able
That's
to
true
come
actually,
to
because
the
everyone's
UK.
all over.
Yeah.
You've almost got to do like a virtual hangout so everyone can join in.
We could do that. You know,
Yeah.
we could just hire a room somewhere in a pub or something and have a Zoom call and have people
Like live
there.
and global.
Yeah.
Looking. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was talking to one of my like students or someone I have one-to-ones with last night, and he was saying about, you know, like now more than ever, like the need for kind of in real life person-to-person connection and stuff, and it'd be great to like almost, I don't know, have people DJing or playing their tunes or something, or that could be cool.
Yeah, that's a great
That'd be
idea.
cool.
We'll definitely we'll put it all into motion. It's probably going to be a summer release, so it'll be a sort of perfect thing to do actually.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested, go and sign. You can sign up as free members on both our Patreons, and you kept notified of stuff like that. And
Yeah, epic.
there'll
Well,
be
thank
more
you
of it
everyone
soon,
for
yeah.
for hopping into the streams, and
Thank you all.
well done, Alex. We made it.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done, George. Pleasure as always. Always fun. All right. Well, have a good one, folks, and yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
Catch you next time, everyone. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.